Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Nobody Asked for This podcast. I believe this is episode 151, which is, I'm just going to be honest, not as exciting as episode 150. I definitely had like a spark, a flare, not like an actual flare, but like a metaphorical flare, you know what? This might have to be a mobile episode of the Nobody Asked for This podcast. I just put two and two together, and the grocery store, I'm hoping to... Oh, actually, no, I don't have to go to that one anymore. Never mind. I don't have to take this episode on the road. Forget all that. I hope everyone had a great week. I'm cold. I'm freezing. I'm frigid. That did not stop me from opening up a cold... From cracking open a cold one. And by that I mean a Diet Coke. No, Coke Zero, not Diet Coke. Not sponsored, although I don't know what we're all waiting for. Okay, although here's the thing. While I enjoy a Coke Zero, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, whatever situation, I can acknowledge they taste like poison. Because I'm sure there is. Like, there's really no way around it. Like, there's no way whatever chemicals they put in here are good for you. They don't even taste good. But having said that, I can't give it up. Like, I can't stop. It's cold. It's freezing. I literally just bought a hoodie, and it's the day before May. We're hours away from May, and I just bought like a zip-up hoodie because I was cold. But then opened up a cold Coke Zero because you can't drink a warm. Like, this might be crazy. I can do a warm sparkling water, like from, home. Speaking of the grocery store, maybe you're unloading your groceries. Maybe you bought a new flavor of LaCroix or whatever it's called, and you wanted to try it, but like you didn't have ice and you didn't have the patience to let it sit in the fridge. I can just open one of those up and go for it. Now, the thing with fizzy water, my fizzy water theory, carbonated water theorem, is they're good for about one sip. Like, they need to make one sip cans of these carbonated beverages, because for some reason I'm like so disinterested in the second sip that it is a little funny. I'll be like, why? I don't need this anymore. Like, I'm good. I'm done. And it is a little sad because, what a waste. And I don't waste it. I will sit there and I will drink the rest of the thing, but I just don't enjoy it anymore. Like, it feels like a job. It becomes a chore. And I don't know why that is. Yeah. It just is what it is, I guess. But yes, I hope everyone has had the best week. If not the best week, then like a decent week. I've been good. I've been okay. I'm looking up at the moon. It is... What fraction? Here's the thing. I was never good at math. I'm still not. I wasn't good in school when I was learning it, so I'm certainly not good now that I haven't had any sort of lesson in math in about... 7 years, 8 years, maybe 9. But I'm going to say that is an eighth moon. Let's Google it. What do you even Google? What percentage is the moon today? What percent is the moon today? The moon is currently a waxing crescent with 7.2% of its visible surface illuminated. It's also 3 days old, meaning 3 days have passed since the last new moon. Okay. So I just typed in what percent is the moon today, and this is what Google AI is telling me. That like box up at the top. Everyone knows it's basically the co-host of this show. 7.2%. Is that an eighth? Was I correct? What is 1 divided by 8? Okay. I was close. Kind of proud of myself there. because here's the thing. Sometimes I'll look at the moon and I'm like, oh, it's a full moon, which I don't really know what that means beyond it just being true. But then you Google it, or someone's like, that's not a full moon. That's like a 9 and 10 quarters or whatever, a 9/10 moon. And it's like, okay, well, sure. Now, waxing crescent. Why it is called that, I don't know. What that has anything to do with wax, I'm not sure. Now, this second half of the sentence, it's a 3 days old moon. I can't tell you that I know what that means either. And here's the thing. One thing I won't do is pretend like I know stuff that I don't know about. I'm very honest in my idiocracy, which I think will be the title of this episode. Honest in my idiocracy. I don't think idiocracy is a word. I think it would be idiocy. Idiot. Yahtzee. I'll fix that in post. I don't know what the exact conjugation I'm looking for is, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm not shy to look stupid, which would also be a good title of the podcast. No, that would be, if I ever wrote a country song, it would be called Not Shy to Look Stupid. And it would go a little something like this. How would it go? Yee-haw, I'm not shy to look stupid. I'm just... And then I would obviously like pay someone else to write the rest of the song. Regardless. That really sounds like a country song. Which, country music is looking like it's on the up. So, I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. I'm going to get my cowboy boots. I'm going to go to... What's Coachella, but it's for the country. I'm going to go to that. I think that just happened, so I might have to wait till next year. But like, hopefully by then I will have kind of further cemented myself in the country category. Also, hopefully by then I might have written at least a verse of whatever the song what's the song called that I was writing? To Not Shy to Look Stupid. Tell me, okay, I'm not even being dramatic. Tell me that doesn't sound like a Dolly Parton. Like, maybe not a hit, but like, you know how Apple Music makes playlists and it'll be like, their hits, things they were influenced by. And then like one playlist will be like deep cuts, like the songs that like really they didn't go, but like they were, people love them. That would be where that song would be. And I think the thing with country music is like, it's a lot of covers. Like, it's a lot of like 9 different versions of the same song. So really, once you write one successful country song, enough people will cover it that like you really don't have to write a second. So, fingers crossed. I'll do a stint in music in the country genre, and maybe continue, or maybe just like retire on my big sack of money. Pretty much, I wake up every morning and think, how do I align myself? How do I make my behavior such that at the soonest point possible, I can retire on a big sack of money? At this point, I would be retiring on a big sack of Taco Bell wrappers. So, am I mad at that? No. Nothing wrong with a crunch wrap. Except there is starting to be something wrong with a crunch wrap, because if anyone's noticed, the crunch wraps have gotten slimmer and slimmer these days. If anyone who doesn't know, a crunch wrap Supreme, which I don't actually know if you can get a Crunchwrap non-Supreme. I think you just it's by default Supreme. But they're not looking very Supreme these days, because it is essentially, it's like, this isn't going to make sense, but it's like the Big Mac of Taco Bell. Like, it's like what they are, it's like kind of their specialty. And what it is it is a kind of octagon-shaped, not taco, but like, for lack of a better word, octagon-shaped, more burrito, where there's like a crunchy tortilla, like a corn tortilla in the middle, and then it's like kind of folded up. Very interesting architecture. I don't know who designed it that way, but they were definitely onto something with that one. And you used to get them, and it was like thick. I would say like an inch or two thick. Now they're looking like a waxing crescent moon. Like, they are the thinnest. They're 7.2% of what they used to be. They're basically like the thinness of the corn tortilla and then like a little bit more. It's quite sad, actually. It brings a tear to my eye. And luckily, like, the consistency of a flour tortilla, like, works as a Kleenex. You know, you can, like, wipe away your tears. Still tastes the same. The thing with Taco Bell is it doesn't matter what you order. You can order a taco. You can order a hard taco, soft taco, chalupa, gordita crunch. It all tastes the same. I think it's, like, the way they season their beef, if you can even call it that. But everything tastes the same. And luckily for me, I love whatever flavors they're offering. So it works for me. You really can't go wrong with Taco Bell. It's kind of similar to my theory on Ben & Jerry's, where, like, they're just giving you combinations of the same thing. Like, vanilla ice cream with chocolate pieces and caramel swirled. Actually, at the end of the day, does not taste that different than caramel ice cream with chocolate pieces and a vanilla swirl. Like, you've done 1 + 2 + 3 and 3 + 2 + 1. It's all equaling 6. That was quick math, if that was in fact correct. I don't know. But anyway, I'm still hoping. I'm still here sitting, hoping, looking at this 7.2% moon, hoping that you had a good week. We are in a weird time. Well, first off, this is the last episode of April. No, this is not even an episode of April. When you are hearing this, which, because I've procrastinated this week, will be in a few hours, in theory, it will be May, which is kind of nuts because it was just October. I did the math recently and realized that October was like 6 months ago, and I like choked on my water. I don't know if it was exactly 6 months ago, but like it's close enough. It's close enough to 6 months that like we can just round up. Like it's gonna be Christmas again soon. Isn't that nuts? Which I've started to get excited for fall because I don't know. I feel like May is not summer. It's not even almost summer. It's not in the month of summer. But like we're kind of like getting to summer. Like in a month from today, it'll practically be June. What is that about? Like, how is that possible? It's just so crazy. Time is flying. And we say that every year, but then every year it just keeps getting more and more true. So I guess we just keep saying it. Like I don't know. I don't know how we stop it at this point. We're kind of in it for the long haul, but yeah, nuts. Crazy town. I kind of want carrot cake. I don't know whose idea. I'm going to Google that. Also, this episode is going to be very jumpy. I apologize. I feel like I might cut it short because, like, what are we even talking about here? But I'm going to Google carrot cake invention. It had to have been an accident. I just had carrot cake on the brain. Okay, carrot cake is... this is from Bakerpedia. Love that. Carrot cake is thought to have originated in England, where housewives used sweet products, example carrots, to naturally sweeten their confections during World War II. Oh, that's interesting. In 1940, I love how they're like, there's a war, and we don't have sugar, but like we're still like, there is no option to not bake a cake. I really respect that. They're like, yeah, no, for sure the cake's happening, but we just might have to peel some carrots and put it in it. In 1943, the Ministry of Food published a short recipe for carrot cake. Europe, particularly during the Middle Ages, when sweeteners were expensive and scarce. Again, they're like, yes, we can't afford sugar, but yes, we will still be having cake. Like, come hell or high water. And it is funny, like, what sticks, you know? Like, according to this, some housewife in the 1800s decided like she still wanted to make a cake during, you know, when at rough times. So instead of using sugar that they didn't have, used carrots. Like now people do that on purpose. It's funny when like mistakes are like, not even mistakes, but like people pivoting like becomes how you do things. That's always fascinated me. And like zucchini bread. Who figured out zucchini bread? Whoever figured out banana bread, I'm indebted to you. I don't even eat banana bread that often, but like sometimes even the thought of like a piece of banana bread, like a warm piece of banana bread with maybe even some butter, like the thought of it is just calming to me. Like I can't remember the last time I ate a piece of banana bread, but I can remember the last time I felt mentally like soothed by the thought of banana bread. And I can't say that about many desserts, if any. And like some salted butter. I don't even own salted butter. I don't think I really realized that salted butter was a thing until recently. What is the more popular of the two butters? Like, am I weird for not buying salted butter, or am I weird for buying unsalted butter? I feel like with like kitchen stuff, how like a person does things is so, how you say, personal, that like sometimes you forget that there are other ways to do things, which can make like having roommates and stuff fun, I'd imagine, because it's like, no, we keep our butter in the fridge, and then someone's like so staunchly, is that a word? So staunchly like, no, you keep your butter on the counter. And it's like, well, there's a standstill. Like now we just have to buy 2 butters. I'm going to Google which butter is most popular. Okay, it's giving me brands. I'm just going to Google salted or unsalted butter. Unsalted butter is preferred for baking and cooking, while salted butter is better for spreading and finishing dishes. Okay. Oh, someone's leaving. I've always felt that, like, less is more. Like, you can always add salt to something, but you can't take it away. Now, the thing is, I am shy in no other regard except when adding salt to something. I'm always scared I'm going to oversalt it, because I think I made a lemon tart or something for my family. I mean, really it was for me, but like I said, it was for my family, like a long time ago. Like I was probably like in elementary school maybe. And I put too much salt in the crust, and everyone was talking about how gross it was. And like in their defense, it was gross, but like that experience scarred me so much that like I will barely touch salt when I'm cooking. I'll season everything. Like I'll use a bunch of like seasonings and stuff. I just like sometimes I'll just go a little light on the salt, and then I'll be eating something and I'm like, oh, this needed salt. But I don't want to be the one to oversalt the food and then it's ruined. But I really realized recently that there is such a thing as undersalting, so I'm in a weird predicament. It's not always fun in games, you know, in La La Land. But what were we talking about? Oh, banana bread. Which butter was more popular? I guess there's not really an answer. That's too bad. Although I feel like we're kind of going off the rails with butter. I've seen multiple videos, even in the past week, of people just like eating butter. Which, here's the thing. You eat whatever works for you. I don't think anyone has any room, like with food, I don't think anyone has any room to be like, that's wrong or this is wrong. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's like moral stuff, but like, I get the whole vegan argument, yada yada. But if you want to sit down and eat a stick of butter, that is your right. But like, that can't be good. Like, that can't taste good. But then also, like, I'll sit down and eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and like, that's probably not good either. So maybe I should just like pick up the butter next time. I don't know. Again, I don't have any answers to these questions. I just have the questions. Yeah. As I'm criticizing people as I'm literally drinking liquid poison in the form of Coke Zero. Although that's how you know you have a good product. Like, the people at Coke know that they're putting something nasty in this Diet Coke. And like, I know that as well. But we're both not doing anything about that information. Like, they're not changing their formula. I'm not asking them to change their formula. I'm still drinking it. I actually think if they did change their formula, like, people would be upset. Like, if they came out tomorrow and said, listen, guys, we want to be honest. We're taking accountability for our actions. Like, we have been putting rat poison in your drink. So we're going to fix it. And if they fixed it and it didn't taste exactly the same, I'm telling you, people would be doing petitions to have them go back to the rat poison. And I don't know what that says about society, but it definitely says something. And I think that the sociologists, or whatever it's called, anthropologists, sociology, I did take a sociology class, just one. But I think the sociologists should just look into that. Like, just see what's up, Like, just check, to make sure everything is on the up and up there. Ooh, I did something fun the other day. I bought a papaya. I bought actually two papayas because it was Costco, because, like, obviously you can't buy one of anything at Costco. You need to buy, like, a multi-pack. So it was 2 papayas. And I'm waiting for them to be ripe. Why that came into my head as something that I wanted to share, I don't know. But I did. I needed everyone to know about my papaya journey. And I'll keep you all posted. I don't know if I've definitely had, like, papaya flavored things. I've definitely had guava flavored things. I don't know that I've sat down and eaten a papaya. But I'm about to. Oh, I had the wildest thing happen. So I ordered a package. I ordered something. And I feel like shipping stuff, like, it's been weird. Like, even in the last few years, like, they never really kind of got to the level of, like, pre-COVID. I know everyone's doing their best, not knocking anybody at all. But I got a tracking number for this package. And originally it was supposed to be here, like, at the latest today. And spoiler alert, I do not have my package. And that's fine. I'm not mad. Stuff happens. Like, I'm good. I'm a forgiving customer. Also, it's, like, nothing that I need. It's nothing great. So I get the tracking number, and it says, guaranteed delivery. Or they tell you, like, our standard is that you'll have it by April 30th. I'm like, amazing, perfect. It tells me where it is. I see, okay, it's leaving. It's on the East Coast. And it's going to take some time to get here. And then I get an update. It's in your area. Amazing. It's about 45 minutes away. I thought, this is going to... April 30th. What are they talking about? And then it doesn't tell me that the package has gone anywhere else, but it says the date is now May 1st. I'm like, okay. That's a little odd. Like, it's gotten closer, but the date has gotten further. Like, that is weird. I'm thinking that it's a typo. I'm kind of like the person, when the fire alarm goes off and they're like, yeah, no, it's a drill. I do that, not in that specific situation, but for other things. I'm like, oh, no, that was a mistake. Like, they didn't mean for that to happen. Then I get an alert. Your package has moved. I'm like, oh, perfect. It's probably moved, like, closer to my house. No, my package decided to go on essentially like a 2-hour plane ride. It's, like, literally in the next province over. So I was like, what? How did that happen? It was here. Like, it went from about 6 hours away to about a 6-hour plane ride away to about 45 minutes driving away to, I'm not kidding, a 2-hour plane ride away. It has now made its way back an additional hour by flight. So now it's only 1 hour by flight away and should be here tomorrow, because I think it just landed. I got a notification 20 minutes ago that it is now back in the place that it started when it was 45 minutes driving away. At this point, I'm about to go down to the post office and just grab it, because, like, they keep taking this poor package in unnecessary places. Like, who are they trying to impress? Because it's gotten to everywhere fairly quickly, but, like, it didn't need to do that. And I'm just so confused. And I've been taking multiple screenshots, not to post it somewhere and say, like, complain. Like, this is, again, nothing important is in this package. It's like protein bars. But, like, why did the protein bars have to go from point A to point B to point C to point B to point A to me? And I haven't even gotten yet, so maybe they might not be done with it. I like to think they are, for peace of mind. But, like, yikes. Anyway, nothing we can do about it now. For some reason, I always sit down to record these podcasts, and I think, I don't have anything to say. And I think, well, maybe just click record, do 10 minutes, take a break. And then it's 25 minutes later, and I've talked about carrot cake, a package, the moon. And here's the funny thing. First of all, I do know that I talk about the recording of this podcast way too much during the recording of this podcast. Like, this is essentially becoming a podcast about podcasts. Like, that can't be fun to listen to. But I think if you forced me to name 2 things I talked about in last week's episode, I don't think I could do it. Like, I just say whatever I'm going to say, and I move on with my day. And whatever comes out, comes out. If I'm Googling things about carrot cake, that is just what I was supposed to do today. For some reason, do you know when you wake up and you're a little tired and your eyes are like maybe a bit puffy, but like you have that feeling in your eyes, okay, let me just blink a few times and then I'll be like, you have like the sleepy feeling in your eyes. I've had that feeling all day. Like it just never went away. And I think some of it is allergy induced, because I unfortunately left my Flonase, in my other backpack. Not to brag, I do have 2 backpacks, because one had holes in it. A big brag. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on with me. And I feel like allergy season was delayed. Like, I haven't seen so much, like, pollen floating around. Nor do I really understand what pollen is in the grand scheme of life. But yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. Also, I'm wearing, like, a pair of shoes that about 6 months ago, which I don't know how that was October, but about 6 months ago, I got a new pair of shoes. And for some reason, it made me forget that I had any other pair of shoes. Like, I've been wearing this one pair of shoes, excuse me, for the past 6 months, where it made sense and where it didn't. I was just, oh my gosh, let me take a sip of my poison. One sec. The reason my throat is going out is probably because of the poison, but let me use it as the solvent as well. But when I bought this pair of shoes from Costco, which I think they're called Blundstones, but I didn't get those. I got the Costco version. They had Costco knockoff Blundstones, I believe, 6 months ago. I've worn them for walks. I've worn them for not walks. These are the shoes that I've decided to wear. But then today I was like, what did I wear? Like, I'm trying to do this, inner work. And I was like, what did I used to do before these shoes? And I remembered, I thought, I have those other shoes. And I found them and I put them on. And they felt like home. Probably because I have a pair of Dr. Scholl's in here that I don't have in my other shoes, which, speaking of, I was having this is the last thing, and then I will leave you all alone. I will stop bothering you. I was having the worst foot pains recently. And this was going over, it would be like months, like out of nowhere, my heel would just hurt. And I was Googling, and it was accusing me, Google was accusing me of having plantar fasciitis or something. And I always take it as like an accusation. I'm like, no, I get so defensive. Google's like, oh, you have this. I'm like, no, I don't. And half the time I don't think I actually do, because nothing ever comes of it. But it was really like Google was adamant that I had plantar fasciitis. And the second I learned how to spell that, I went into the store, the online store that I try not to support, but I went online and I Googled and I searched, plantar fasciitis, Dr. Scholl's. And I bought some. And can I tell you, from the second that package arrived, which I believe that package arrived in a linear fashion, not going back and forth to different provinces. But the second that package arrived, all of the reviews were right. Buying that pair of insoles did help my feet. And the best and the most annoying part was, I didn't even have to put them on for it to work. I think me just spending the $30 fixed my foot. It's like the only way I'm ever able to find something if I lose it is to just buy another one. And the second I click pay on the non-refundable item, I will find whatever I looked for. Like, to the point where I just go straight to rebuying stuff because I know, like, I'm going to find it because I rebought it, and then I can hopefully return the one that I bought. I don't know if that is just a me thing, but that happens all of the time, most of the time. Which, like, I mean, it's, usually ends in a good way because I'm getting what I was looking for back. Like, I found it, but did I really have to spend the money? So, what I'm trying to tell you is spending money healed my foot. At least I think. And I think that is a message of hope I'm comfortable leaving off with. So, with that, I'm going to say thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you like what you heard, you can go to podcastnobodyaskforthis.podbean.com and you can listen to all of the episodes just right on the website. You can subscribe to our Spotify, our Apple Podcasts, all of that stuff. And yeah, I hope everyone has a great week. You have a great May, start of the new month. We got this. And if we don't, that's fine. There's always next month. And yeah, thank you for listening. Goodbye.